Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. It's time for our neighborhood chat. Well, I hope you have your drink. I have mine. Today I'm drinking blackberry bubbly. It's really good. I haven't found but a few of them that I really, it's not that I don't like them, I just prefer other ones over, like I like the blackberry. The ones I don't really care for are the lime tasting ones, and I don't know, the lime has to be the one that I'll drink it, but it's not one of my favorites. But anyway, today is our neighborhood chat. Come on in, get your drink, get your snack. I want to say I'm happy you're here. I'm always so excited when you come over and listen to our neighborhood chat, and we get together and discuss things that, you know, we normally wouldn't discuss. But what I want to talk to you about today is, how do you move on from being hurt by someone or some event that's happened in your life? Because, you know, if we don't move on, we don't grow, and things cannot progress in our life that, you know, the good things that are supposed to happen. You know, we find ourselves stuck in one spot if we allow some event or someone to hurt us, and we just continually play that recording over and over in our mind of that event or that person hurting us. If we just play that recorded video, I don't know, for years I had this scenario going on in my mind that I would play every day. It was from a person that had hurt me, and I thought, well, if I'm ever able to confront this person, I can't forget what I want to remember to say to them. So I would just play this recording over and over and over every day. And so I would know if I ever got the opportunity to confront this person or talk to this person, that if I didn't play it over and over every day, that I'd forget what I wanted to say. But then I realized that that recording in my brain was holding me back from being who I really am, who I want to be, how to be successful, how to be at peace, how to keep traveling. You know, because if we hold on to things, we're stuck back there. We're stuck there. We're not really moving. We're existing. You know, I don't know what your journey's been. I don't know where you are in your journey. I just know each and every one of us can tell when we're not moving. I mean, I always could tell when I wasn't moving on my journey and I was stuck in one place. You know, I knew this lady that she lost her son, not even a block from where I live. He fell off the back of a truck, and every part of his body landed on a mattress that he was trying to hold down because they were moving. But his head hit the pavement, and he immediately was, of course, brain dead. Well, that happened to me when I was in, this story happened, him passing away, happened when I was in high school. I was a junior. And when she passed away several years ago, she still lived back in 1984. She was still at that very moment where her son fell off the back of that truck. Her husband was driving the truck. I think for a while she blamed him. I can't really say because I don't know how she felt. It was her story to tell. But I do know that she grieved him, and that was her only child. She grieved him from 1984 until the day she passed away. She never moved on. She was right there every day at that event, knowing that he was never coming back. But for some reason, she felt like if she let go of it, that she would no longer remember him. He would no longer be a part of her life. And it just destroyed her. She aged. She aged really, really fast after that. And I cannot even imagine that, you know, your child passing before you do. And, you know, especially your only child. Not that one child can replace the other, but the hardship of losing a child. It's not supposed to be in that order. You're supposed to go before your child. If you have children, you feel the same way, or you should. But sometimes events and things and people cause us to stop in our tracks. And I'm here to tell you, for a moment in time, yes, take that moment to be angry, to grieve, to be sad about what happened. But no matter how hard it is, get up and move on. I know some people that has lost family members or friends or someone that they were in love with, and they say, oh, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to care about a person. I'm never going to let myself feel that much love for someone. Don't slight yourself. Don't cheat yourself out of a beautiful, loving, peaceful, joyful life. Like I said, take that moment of grief. Grief comes in stages. If you don't know that, it does. And they say there's 5 of them. And I can't remember them all right offhand, but you can't skip one of them. They will all come. But once that grief comes and you don't allow yourself to get angry and bitter about it, you can move on, I find, easier. But I have been so angry in my life in the past about being hurt over a relationship that it almost literally destroyed me. I know that's hard to believe because I'm so jovial and happy and positive now, but I think going through that has caused me to become who I am. And that's why I can sit here today and tell you, don't stay in it. Don't stay in the grief, the anger, the bitterness, the sadness. You can still grieve somebody when they're still alive. They don't have to be, got past and to die for you to grieve them. You can grieve a relationship with a person that's still alive. They're still walking around and you have to look at them. So that is a real thing. But I want to tell you, live in the present. When I was living in that place where I had that recording playing over and over in my mind, I was missing things that were going on in the present moment. Like with my children, with my life, at work, people trying to love me and care about me. And I was just not having any of it. Because I wanted what I had before. I wanted it like it was before. And in my mind, I knew it was never going to be that way. But I tried to convince myself that somehow I could get that back. But at the same time, I was angry and just said, forget it. I'm not going to care about anybody like I cared about this person. But what did that accomplish? That did not accomplish anything in my life but heartache. It took away time from my children. Neither one of my children have ever said anything to me like I wasn't present in their life. But the time that I was going through this with this person, I'm sure that they felt like that I wasn't all there. And they did give me the moment to grieve and be angry and be mad and sad. But now that I look back, I think, boy, I cheated them out of days that they could have had my attention, or James could have had my attention. But I don't beat myself up over that a lot because I know it made me grow. I grew through that. I'm the person I am today. I like this person that I am today better than that person before I had the grieving over the relationship. Now, I definitely did not like the person I was when I was grieving and angry and mad. And now that I look back, it it makes me feel like that person that I was angry and bitter and grieving over, they were actually controlling controlling me and how my mood was. Don't ever let that happen. If someone has hurt you so bad, yeah, it's going to take a little while to get past it. But when you pass something, that means you go in front of it. So I want to tell you to go in front of the pain that you have felt from an event or someone that has brought harm to you or hurt you. Just because you go past it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Doesn't mean, because I can talk about it now. Today, when I was going through it, I couldn't even talk about it. Look at other people. Draw strength from them. Find new people. Find your people. I know I always say that. But you can't make someone love you as much as you love them. Or even like you as much as you like them. You know, I grew up and there's only been a few relationships that I even cared if the person loved or liked me. Because most of the time, I'm the type of person that did my own thing. And if you like me, you like me. And if you didn't, you didn't. And that's where I am today. I am just me. I want you to be a part of who I am. But if you choose not to be, I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to be okay with it. And you should not, if it feels like you're trying to force someone to be in your life, or if it seems like it's difficult to keep them, like you have to do things for them in order for them to continue to be in your life, or you have to walk on eggshells. Nobody wants to walk on eggshells to have a relationship. Don't do that. Don't walk on eggshells for someone to like you, you know, or don't do things for that person that they'll continue to stay around. That's not being a friend or a person you have a relationship with. They're using you. Don't allow that to happen. But when you are going through stages that you're just stopped in your track, you just stop and you're not moving on, you have to slowly evaluate yourself and say, have I moved even a half an inch today? Have I moved forward? And if you can say yes, that means you're working through it. But if you just sit there stationary and just continue to think over and over again how bad the pain is, you know, that pain grows familiar. And you can get so used to it that it becomes a part of you. And you don't know what it felt like when you didn't have it. And no, you're not being punished. You're not being punished for anything that you did in your past. The reason that this has happened to you. Now, I know in some cases that, you know, they say you reap what you sow, and there are consequences for every choice you make. I understand that. But sometimes in life, because we live in a world that is evil, bad things happen to good people. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's not because you did something in your past that you're paying for today. It just happened. And especially when someone passes away. You know, we know death is a part of life. We're all gonna meet that jumping off place. We're all destined for that. That's why I have learned through my years, to live my life to the fullest. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't stay angry, bitter, vengeful. Don't try to get back at somebody. Don't try to repay evil for evil. That never works. I know in the past I've wanted to do that, especially when somebody would do something to my child. I would think, oh, no, you're not going to get away with that. Now, I would think, now you could do anything to me, but you're not going to do anything to my child. There's people out there that do not mind hurting you, your children, your family. They just out to whatever's best for them. And there are some people that call you their friend and you're really not. Set up boundaries. You know, we've talked about this before about boundaries. If it doesn't feel right, it's not. If there's things inside of you that's throwing up red flags, as I call it, walk away. You don't have to walk away noticeably. Just walk away quietly and just kind of back away from that person. You don't have to announce that, hey, these red flags are coming up and I don't really like to be around you. You don't have to do that. You can just back away. Now, sometimes you do have to let the person know, you're not going to do that to me anymore. That lets them know that you've taken a stand for who you are. And that's always good. Now, once you come through the bad situation and you're trying to reinvent yourself, find out who you are, because a lot of times when we've been hurt so bad, we don't even know who we are anymore. It's like the person that we once thought we knew who we were, it's like you don't even have the same feelings or the same desires anymore. You're just trying to live. You're just trying to move on. But the best advice that I can give you is don't stop loving people just because somebody hurt you. Don't be scared to love someone if someone's passed on and left you. Don't deprive them of your love. Don't do it. Because your love may be the very thing that they need to come out of whatever they need to come out of. Don't hold your feelings back for people that you want to become friends with. Or, now I understand that you can be gun shy after a big event that has happened in your life. You know, some pain that's happened. I understand that you can be gun shy and you don't want to get hurt anymore. I know I have friends that were married for a while, got a divorce, and said, I can't do this again for a while or ever. I'm never going to get married again. And what do you know? 4 or 5 years later, they get married again. Now, it's going to take time. But just make sure you're moving. Don't get stationary. Don't get in the spot where you just stay there. And you know what? The next time you have a relationship, you'll realize you're not allowing that person to do the same things that you allowed the other person to do. You put up boundaries. Laugh. It's okay to laugh. Be joyful. Be appreciative. Tell people that you love them, that you appreciate them. Let them love you. You know, a lot of times when we go through pain and sorrow and suffering, we don't allow people to love us. Let people love you. We feel guilty sometimes when we think we've done something so bad that we can't be forgiven for it. And we don't deserve people's friendship or their love or their kindness or their gifts or their anything good. We don't deserve it. Yes, you do. Allow that person to love you, say nice things about you, because the way that person is seeing you through their eyes, don't take that away from them. You know how you can see someone and through your eyes and you think, oh, they're so beautiful. And then that person actually thinks that they're not, and they don't have anything to offer, and they don't have anything to give the world. But through your eyes, you see them totally different. Allow that person to see you totally different. Allow them to help you see that even through your flaws and your mistakes, that you're still worthy to be loved and told that you're beautiful and that you're smart and that you're kind. Yeah, you may have stumbled. We all have. I want one person to come on here and tell me they've never done anything wrong or never stumbled. I want to meet that person. I'm not saying don't hurt. Don't take a moment to grieve. Or grief does not have a timeline, I can tell you that. So I'm not telling you how long to grieve. I'm just telling you inch by inch, even if it has to be centimeters, keep moving. Because there's people out there that want to love you. They want to be a part of your life. I mean, I want to be a part of my neighbors' lives. I want each and every one of you to grasp the fact that you matter, that you're important, that you have great things to accomplish. Great and wonderful things that you need to get out there and do. Time is short. The first thing we need to start off doing is loving one another. If we don't know what that word means, we need to look that word up and decide that it's not that ooey gooey feeling that we think it is when we fall in love with someone. That's not what the love of mankind is. You don't get that ooey gooey feeling. And don't think it's, well, I'm not going to give anybody my love because it's a privilege to get my love. Why? What makes you so special? I'm not saying just go out there and just throw yourself to the wolves. No, you have to have some kind of discernment about who you are around and set boundaries. I'm not saying that. And that saying, it's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all. That is so true. Now, losing someone you love is devastating. Devastating. But I think back at the relationships that I've actually allowed myself to really, really love someone, and then something happened to that relationship. I think, boy, I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to get to know them and love them and care about them. And that's the way we should do, because life is going to take people in and out of our lives. We have no control over that because you can't read somebody's mind and know whether they're going to stay in that relationship or leave you. You have to trust that they'll stay. But if they don't, you have to remember the good times. And friend, I just want y'all to know that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I want you to come through your pain and your sorrows and your sadness. And I want you to stand there and be able to be loved and love others, because love is what makes the world go around. And with that being said, neighbor, like, share, subscribe, become my neighbor. I want you to. Oh, and please comment. I love your comments. Don't forget, Saturday, I will be going live. It's going to be a pop-up. My daughter is going to have her reveal. We're going to have her reveal party about if I'm having another granddaughter or grandson. We're going to find out Saturday. I hope you show up. I'm so excited about it. And I can't wait to see you there. I love you. Bye.